Think today's housing market still works like it did a few years ago? It doesn't, and that could completely change how you buy or sell a home. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'm Shirley with Shirley's Real Estate Group at John L. Scott. I've been helping clients across the Puget Sound for over 28 years, and this is the show where we talk real. Buying and selling real estate, that is. In my last video, we dove into the numbers for Snohomish, King, Pierce, Thurston, and Kittitas counties. Understanding those local numbers can help you see how much leverage you may have and what to expect in today's market. But many people are still asking, is it a buyer's market or a seller's market? And what does that mean for my next move? Today we're diving into just how much the housing market has shifted, why more areas are becoming buyer-friendly, and what buyers and sellers need to know about pricing, negotiations, and closing cost concessions. Because the market doesn't look the way it did a few years ago, and using an outdated strategy could cost you. So let's jump right in. Let's start with this chart from Realtor.com. Back in 2021, nearly every major housing market in the country strongly favored sellers. By the end of 2025, only about 1 in 4 remained a clear seller's market, while many more were moving in the buyer's direction. That changes the strategy for both buyers and sellers. For buyers, it can mean more homes to choose from, fewer bidding wars, and a better opportunity to negotiate on price, repairs, or closing costs. For sellers, it means pricing and presentation matter more than they did a few years ago. This chart from Realtor.com gives us a closer look at how much the market has changed. In 2021, 98% of the top 50 metro areas were considered a seller's market. By the end of 2025, that number has dropped to just 26%. At the same time, 46% of those markets were moving in the buyer's favor, and another 16% were already considered buyer's markets. That's a major shift. As more homes have come onto the market, buyers have gained more choices and in many cases more negotiating power. The market is beginning to feel more like a two-way street again, but that doesn't mean buyers have all of the power everywhere. Some areas have seen a lot of new construction and rising inventory giving buyers more leverage. Other areas still have limited housing supply, which keeps competition strong and continues to favor sellers. I did a deep dive into the numbers on my last video for Snohomish, King, Pierce, Thurston, and Kittitas counties to give you an overview of how each county is performing. A few years ago, sellers could say no to almost anything a buyer asked for. No repairs, no closing cost assistance, no negotiations. Today, the market looks a little different. According to Zillow, 67% of sellers paid some or all of their buyers' closing costs in 2025. Now, that doesn't mean every seller should automatically agree to cover a buyer's expenses, but it does tell us something important. The market has shifted and negotiations are back on the table. In some situations, contributing towards closing costs may help attract more buyers or even keep a strong offer together. Affordability has been an issue with the higher interest rates, and this is a way to help bridge the gap. Ultimately, it comes down to the overall offer and whether the concessions still allow the seller to walk away with a number that makes sense. In the market we had a few years ago, buyers usually had to accept the seller's terms if they really wanted the house. Today, buyers have more choices and negotiations have become a normal part of the process again. So if you tried to buy a home a few years ago but kept getting outbid, now may be a good time to take another look at the market. For sellers, the goal is to make smart decisions that help get the home sold while still protecting your bottom line. So here's my question. Does today's market feel more encouraging to you, or are you still waiting to see what happens next? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, keep dreaming big and aiming high.